Hello there. So you want to know what's happening right now? Well, here in Brussels, the EU are ready and waiting to discuss this deal that they've agreed with Boris Johnson as the first item on the agenda. And they are saying that even though there is a slight issue between the two sides over the VAT regulations for Northern Ireland, actually that can also be ironed out. But the biggest obstacle to getting the deal signed off at this EU summit is whether Boris Johnson has got enough support back in the Commons to get this deal through. Because don't forget, even when and if the EU sign off a deal with the number 10 and all their officials, that deal still has to be passed by MPs back in Westminster. And until that happens, of course, there is this emergency sitting scheduled for Saturday. If this deal is put to MPs on Saturday and it fails, then we are back to square one. There is no way that he can then get this deal through Parliament, and therefore on October the 19th, which is Saturday, Boris Johnson will have to ask for a delay to Brexit. So they are really, really close. As Boris Johnson said last night to backbench MPs, it is like being one of the climbers of Mount Everest and you're at the Hillary step. You can see the summit, but it's still shrouded by clouds. So will we still leave the European Union on October the 31st on Halloween as promised? Well, it would mean that there would have to be an emergency second summit, perhaps after this one, if there is no deal to be had here, that they would maybe be able to sign something off later on this month before October the 31st. But I think even if that were to happen, Boris Johnson would have to ask for not a big delay, but a technical delay, so perhaps of a month or 2 months. So it's looking less likely that we will actually leave on October the 31st, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't leave until end of January, or that it'll have to wait until there's an election or any of those other things. Of course, if Boris Johnson simply can't get a deal through the DUP and some of his hardline Brexiteers and others, the numbers that he really needs in Parliament, then really we are in a situation where there will have to be either a vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister, or the Prime Minister himself will have to ask for a snap general election, and then all bets are off basically. There will have to be a general election, and then after that a whole new effort to get us out by the end of January.